Hello, Combat here, and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be looking at 5 Moonstone decks, the card of the week, and then 5 other decks that are doing quite well. Before it, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is it's not being banned right now in the US. Lucky for me, EU doesn't bother me. Notice in the EU, you can VPN around it, and I wouldn't worry too much. I do expect it to be sorted this week. Looking at the Discord, apparently the Snap team are working on it, trying to get it sorted up in a couple of days. So I wouldn't worry too much. You can use a VPN, like I did for Pokemon Pocket. Just use, what was it, Teddy Bear or whatever it was, VPN. Connect. Once you're in the game, you can disconnect from the VPN. It should save the data so you can keep playing. But like I said, I wouldn't worry too much. I expect it to be sorted this week. Hopefully anyways, because it would be a big loss for the game and the community if everyone in the US can't play. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the deck, shall we? It's enough rambling for that. So, first deck is Tribunal Moonstone. I haven't actually played this version, but it makes sense, right? Extra power from the Moonstone. Your Mystique, your Iron Man, you've got Captain America in here. I'm surprised that this doesn't have Mr. Fantastic. I'd probably swap Captain America for Mr. Fantastic myself. Right, it's just a little bit more power spread across the lanes, right? So I like that. Right, next up is this is a Wiccan version. This deck is actually crazy. I was playing this a bit the other day. Like you've got your agent, you got your Patriot and your Victoria hand, and your Moonstone all 3 new cards this month all together. Wiccan's just, I expect Wiccan to get nerfed soon, maybe not the next, hopefully the next patch, but maybe not. I feel like it's just everywhere now. I don't mind a card being strong, but like it's just everywhere, right? So I kind of expect it to get a little nerf. I don't know what it'll lose, maybe power, but I don't think that stops it, right? It's his energy cheat. So I don't know how they do it, but I do expect it to get touched up at some point because it is quite literally everywhere. Next up, we have my Patriot deck I did the other day. I think this is my Patriot list. Yeah, it looks like it with the Doom and the Ultron. I've seen other people swapping other stuff in and putting Iron Man and stuff like this, but this is the version I loved a lot. You could probably switch out. Now, I probably wouldn't swap Captain America for thingy because America buffs up the Doom bots, right? I was going to say you could swap out Fantastic because he's great right now, but I love this deck. I'm always been a fan of Patriot. The Doom stuff is boring to me, but in this type of deck, I don't mind it because you got options, right? In normal Doom decks, it's like you get your Doom down early, you play 1 card a turn, drop Doom on 6 and win, right? It's pretty much. This one you can eye up if you which way you go in and stuff like that. So I like it. Next up, this is C6, right? Yeah. I haven't tried this because if you've been here a while and you've seen me talk about Cerebro, I hate it. I just hate it. I wish I could like it. It's not even like the negative stuff. It's like if you get like the locations to buff up the cards, they become useless. Right, so you've got to avoid bad locations, good locations, power wise. Oh, it's just so much, man. It's so much effort for so little, right? If Cerebro gave what, like +4 or something, maybe the stress would be worth it. Probably be strong then, right? But it's just so annoying. It's just all the effort you got to put in, not worth it. And then the last, I think this is the last Moonstone deck, which is just a Devil Dino deck. This kind of goes in here for the Mystique or your Vicky Hand or your Quinjet, right? So there's plenty of options in here, you know, you buff them up and stuff, right? And then we'll get on to the non-Moonstone decks now. These are 5 decks that people have been doing really well with on high ladder and stuff like that. First up, one of arguably the strongest deck in the game. I haven't really tried it because I'm dumb, pretty much. But like this deck's been like top tier meta for a while for like the top players that just love it because you've got ways of dodging around tech cards, you've got ways of adding 1 billion power, right? This is just, it's just got everything you need. to pop off. Next up, we have Gore deck, I guess. Iron Patriot with Gore. Yeah. Again, like I said about the Wiccan, right? Wiccan here again. It's just everywhere. Other than Quicksilver, right? Obviously, not a full-on deck. Like a full-on, like, generated deck. Like, but you could probably swap that out if you wanted to for a 1. Obviously, it makes it a little bit less reliable, but still pretty good. But yeah, like I said, Wiccan, a little bit strong. Where are we? Sorry, I got distracted there. Next up, we got this little small package, just Agent Venom stuff. Might be a little bit worse now that US Agent got a little nerfed, right? But still a really strong deck. Gets off a lot of power. And yeah, like Havoc kind of carries this deck. I've lost a couple of times to the Havoc while I was facing this deck. Get your Tech card and Red Guardian, which I'm surprised didn't get a nerf. Might be on the next OTA, who knows? Yeah, it just gets off power. It does what it wants to do, right? It's a small deck, gets off power, does it ting. Next up, big move. I played this at the end of last season. I want to try it again now that Spider-Man's got buffed, right? You lost 1 energy and 1 power, which is incredible thing. You can go from a 3/5 to a 2/4 is fantastic, right? A downgrade on energy for 1 cost. You take that on most cards, right? So I do want to give it a go again. Might just hit some ladder with it today or tomorrow. And last deck, because I've been rambling on for a little while here, is just Surfer. Surfer in a fantastic spot. I say that every time I talk about Surfer. Honestly, I think Surfer is one of those cards that they got perfect after they nerfed it a few times. Or I can't remember how nerfs it got. Might got like 1 or 2 nerfs, right? But it's just a card that I think was a fantastic addition to the game, right? Because anytime they add freeze in, they've got to be a little bit wary of the Surfer stuff. But like the constant addition of free drops always brings Surfer back, right? You can't argue about Surfer just being like this dead card or overpowered card. It's just a good card. Like it just adds stuff, and you just love to see it, right? Like you're not really playing Makari in any other deck, right? You're not you might play Shaw in a hand buff deck, but you're not really playing that like Fastos and stuff like that, right? You just got all these cards that are great in Surfer decks, and they can be played outside of them in other decks, but they're not like ideal, right? You can play Fastos in like a Thanos deck, a Shaw in a buff deck. Those two kind of go together in those decks as well, and the buff stuff. But Surfer just holds it all together, which is fantastic. Like I said, enough rambling. Don't worry about the ban for Snap in the US. I'm sure it'll be sorted. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video.